I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard. Happily, I feel that I learn something every time I face you, even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise, so long as you're certain you have time. Let us begin. Did you see? Master Lee was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it. You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Lee told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. Master Lee just went into his house. It's just over there, as always. You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
I thought Master Lee would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer. I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves. Master Lee is very strict about what is taught here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist? A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within. Tyranny from external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within. True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions. It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will. An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own. The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted. You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide. I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves. Who are you interested in? Master Li is a private man, and I will not presume to speak for him. His interest in you surpasses the care of any master I have known. He must see great potential in you. If you wish, but only introspection reveals true insight. I used to call the trading center of Phoenix Gate my home, but I am settled here. I have nothing to go back to. It is not important. Suffice to say that I prefer this little village to the temptations of a greater city. Enough about me. What else can I do for you? It has been several years since I arrived in Two Rivers. I was surprised to find a teacher of Master Li's ability so far out on the borderlands. It was a fortuitous accident. I have studied the martial arts all my life, and serve your master as I am able. He is devoted to your training, and needs someone to assist the other students. I am charged with Ah, yes, training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger or better able to focus your mind or magic. No, I try to improve base abilities, but through the basics that Master Li has instilled. When you have the opportunity, I'm sure you will pick up new styles quickly. Training has worth, and Master Li allows me to collect a small fee to reinforce this. Travel outside Two Rivers and you will find my prices are quite reasonable. Let's see what you can learn.
One day I'll reach your level of skill, but not unless I keep practicing with Smiling Mountain.
Typical. Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you. The senior student, Master Li's little lapdog, here to talk to me? My lucky, lucky day. Don't you have something more important to do? You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. I'm sure Wen could stammer out an answer for you, something to make you feel all warm inside and just great about yourself. Master Li wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future? There will be a time for that later. I have kept you hungry for information, but you must trust that my reasons are valid. It is for your benefit that I do this. Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember that classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret. Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Li!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him. And Qiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Li. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters. The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over. Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square. Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best. We should keep practicing. We have a weapons training session later this afternoon. Perhaps one of the others, like Wen or Lin, could help you. If you wanted to help us practice in a match against us both, of course, we would be most honored. This is good news! We'll try to go easy on you.
Legendary strike!
That's enough! I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit. I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
He is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did. What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish? Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with Si Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future? I don't like your bad feelings. They always end up being right. Remember the grass fire? Half of the field's gone in a day, and you knew it would happen. You said you felt the lightning coming, but not even Master Li knows the weather like that. I trust your instincts. You are full of such promise. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Guzhin's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack. Of course, I can speak now or during our walk. Master Li suggested that I accompany you, in case you require assistance. I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating Qi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else? We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld. If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming. I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs? If a person's life was very traumatic, his workshop is in the center of the village by the gate, up the stairs from the square. It's the largest and most permanent building. You must be tired if you're asking me about that. You've talked to him many times. We should get our weapons as quickly as we can. I am honored that Master Li feels I am worthy of standing beside you.
Nice little town you have here. Not a lot of guards, are there? How are your stocks of food?
I don't know you. Why are you asking me all these questions?
This town isn't well guarded. Forget it, let's just start looting. We'll get first crack at the good stuff.
You're right. This isn't worth it.
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Gujin will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
I'm so shocked, I don't know what to say. You have to keep us safe. Heavens, no!
Why would bandits come here to Two Rivers?
What was that noise from the town square? Are people fighting?
Bandits, huh? I see a lot of them. I'd better let someone else have some fun for a change. Can't abandon the gate. You never know if they're gonna sneak around. No, please. I can't fight. I just didn't want to be a rock picker in my grandfather's field. Guarding the gate looked easy. I never thought bandits would actually come. Please don't let them get me. Don't let them.
This building is Gujin's place. As soon as we can, we should see him to arm ourselves.
Ojoir Shatir Uksayanan. Zawani Karpa.
Hello, Weapon Master Gujin. Good day to you.
Swowohir Ufir Wakwanpa. Wotarawir Ifuir Nupayir Fun Chiki. Ukayir Otonoir Nisun Puno Asir Tsunkut. If you'd prefer, I don't need to use Thofan. Now, what brings you here? Already? I assume you dealt with them, and the rest are in for quite a surprise when they get here. Well, no time to waste. Dawnstar, I watched you practice with that new blade yesterday, and I must say you take to it naturally. I want you to keep it and use it as your own.
This is a great honor. A good weapon is a true warrior's most treasured possession.
You know, you came here with Master Li as just a babe. I came not long after, and I've been holding on to a weapon for you ever since. Well, two, actually. But you need to choose which one you'll take. Master Li wants you to stay focused on your first weapon. Anything? Everything. I don't know where your master acquired these, but he has honored me with the care of two legendary weapons. You may arm yourself with either the legendary longsword, Fortune's favorite, or the famed staff, Golden Star. I'm afraid not. She would not be able to handle one of these weapons quite yet. I'll explain why in a moment, but suffice it to say that very few people have your aptitude for maintaining focus in battle. In time, Dawnstar will be able to handle a weapon like this, but don't discount the blade I gave her. Master Li wanted her to have the keenest steel I could find. They say this blade was created in the forge of Smiling Fortune, blacksmith to the gods. Crafted for his son, this blade eventually found its way into the hands of men. How your master found it, I cannot say, but this ancient longsword is yours, if you wish it. Your weapon is well-deserved, and you'll need it with these bandits so close. If you decide you truly don't like it, however, you can come see me after the bandits are dealt with. One more thing you need to know. These weapons strike with deadly precision, but to wield them safely, you must focus with each strike. Master Li has been training you so that you'd be ready for this kind of weapon, and the drain won't be crippling, but you will get tired over time. That you should. Those people will be looking to you for leadership until Master Li gets back. I know you'll do well.
Senior student. Oh, excuse me, Weapon Master. I did not mean to interrupt.
Calm down, student. What has you so flustered?
The bandits. They've already been sighted down by the beach, and they're making their way toward the town. Master Li hasn't returned yet with Kia Min. I'm sure he will be back before long, but we must depend on you until he returns. They're making their way toward the town now. The few men in the militia weren't able to stop them. I don't know, but their ship is large. There could be many of them. You have to help, senior student. I will run to the school and seal the gates. Make your way to the beach and teach these bandits a lesson. I know you can.
You've done well, lad. Go back to the school now. Your friends have some new weapons they're dying to try out, I'm sure.
Legendary strike!
Someone! They're all over the...
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach.
Yet another village with no purpose. I will replenish our supplies and continue my search elsewhere. You will all, of course, have to die.
Legendary strike!
Cannon fire, look out!
What are you? Your skills are more than this tiny village warrants. But I also see something strange, an oddity. You could be an anomaly or a sign of who I seek. A further test is needed. These mercenaries are not the only threat I command. Let us see you contend with this!
Heavenly wave! Legendary strike!
Impressive. Clearly, I have been too dismissive in my search. This village will be torn asunder. Whatever you are hiding, I will have it! I have seen enough of your skills. You will die now, so I am not troubled later.
You! Well fought, my student, but I cannot risk you against a foe like this yet.
So blatant. We never thought to look in so humble a place. We expected an army. Your strategy, as always, is impeccable.
Your search is over, assassin, but no one will hear of your success.
It would seem that my past is catching up to me, and you are destined to be swept along. You have faced your first spirit opponents far sooner than I intended. Dawnstar can explain the nature of such creatures. I must go and make sure everything is in place. I thought I had more time, but perhaps you are ready. Do not be so quick to thank me. My influence caused this attack. You were not meant to see this yet, but now there is no choice. I will explain to the school. You have done well, but more than this awaits you. See to your fellow villagers and students, and return to me at the school. We have a great deal to discuss.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Li could command that kind of power. He destroyed that ship so easily. This is so confusing. Master Li said I could explain the nature of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose. So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me. I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits. Now it seems there are dangers we don't even know about. Master Li called that sorcerer an assassin. Assassins don't attack at random. They have very specific prey. I don't want anything to happen to this home. I've never belonged anywhere else. Would it be strange of me to say I don't know? I have very little memory of my home before coming here, even though I was 3 years old when I arrived. I remember moving around a lot, never staying anywhere for long, and for some reason, the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why. I'm sure it's nothing, just the memories of childhood playing tricks. With glimpses of the spirit realm invading my thoughts, I could have seen them anywhere. remember specific incidents, but I am used to being shunned. People are not very welcoming of those who appear to not let the dead lay peacefully. Master Li said I was brought to him by a concerned ally who received me from yet another person. That person wanted me safe, but he said he couldn't ensure it himself. Master Li doesn't know who that guardian was, or what I needed protection from. He promised to look into it, but he's not had time. Your training has taken precedence. My abilities are just a curiosity. You are the center of attention here. I prefer it this way. I can just be. Yes, I suppose you know something about that as well. I hope this does not sound odd, but I am glad we share that. Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood. Let's get back to what you need to do. Well, we've already visited Gu Jin, who used to be a guard in the west, they say. Old Ming always has a story, and he's usually by the statue on the beach. Merchant Fen Do is in the village square. He's been expecting new goods any day now, for weeks. Oh, for training or learning the philosophy behind martial combat, go see Smiling Mountain. He is behind the ring, near the student quarters. He's always amusing. Then we should return to Master Li so we can talk to you about this attack.